I went to EK Po in 5th grade. It was really bad. I didn't like it.
Out of here, just go.
And I'm Eden. I also went to EK Po for kindergarten, but now I'm in 10th grade and I go to Riverside. All right, so we're going to solve a scientific mystery today. I want you guys to raise your hand if you like worms. Okay, worms, yeah, like worms. If you in the gray shirt, can you name one type of worm? Yes. What kind of worm?
Earthworm.
Yeah, you're right, earthworms. Okay, did you know that some worms can get inside of your body?
Yeah, like earthworm.
Right, exactly. All right, so today we're going to solve a mystery that involves some type of worms. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready, people?
Okay, so we're going to play a video now.
It's time to solve the case.
I know, Francis. We haven't been able to crack this one for a few days. I think we're going to need some assistance.
The real question is, from who?
Do you think maybe our friends from EK Po might be able to help us?
Sure, but first we should give the background information.
You're right.
Cue animation!
Flashback to 1926. Raymond and Daisy are going to the New York State Fair with their parents.
They are really excited to be going to the north for the first time.
The train ride was going to be incredibly long. Neither Daisy or Raymond could fall asleep because they were both suffering from an itchy rash.
Raymond and Daisy finally exit the train with their parents, a mixture of pure excitement and an odd sudden case of lethargy or being extra tired.
Raymond and Daisy's parents seem to be lost. They are looking for a sign directing them to the fairgrounds. Excuse me, do you know where the state fair is? Daisy says to a passing stranger.
Who are these people? They are most likely the Southerners. The stranger replies, you go down the hill and turn right at the first intersection. Afterwards, they walk away while shaking their heads and say, I guess that's what we get for talking to Southerners. They're all lazy good-for-nothings.
What? Isn't that ridiculous?
We are Southerners and so are you. You should stand up for that.
Why are the Northerners labeling Daisy and Raymond as lazy and unintelligent? Okay, guys, so are you ready to solve the mystery?
Ready, people? Solve the mystery.
Okay, so your teacher gave you case files, right? Yes? Okay, so I want each of you in your groups to examine the case file for a minute and look at some of the symptoms that Raymond and Daisy have on the train.
Go back to your groups, people.
Alright, so we'll wait till we finish. Okay, I'm doing like 5 more seconds.
Alright, 1, 2, 3,
No.
Alright, people. You most likely are finished by now. So, could any of you tell me what are one of the symptoms they have?
Yeah. Itchy feet.
Alright. Name another one.
I'm so tired.
Right, good job.
Alright, good job.
Alright, so I think that we found a really important clue. You say the next.
Alright. I want each detective group to check out what Raymond and Daisy are having right now.
So I want you to look in the worm section of the case file and see which of those symptoms match the symptoms of the worm. All right, I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, are you ready? All right. So if you think it's pinworm, raise your hand. If you think it's tapeworm, raise your hand. If you think it's hookworm, raise your hand. All right, are you ready for the big reveal? All right, drum roll. It is hookworm. All right, so.
But the real question is, how do you get it?
I don't know. I think we need to investigate a little bit. I want you to go back to your case file and look at the symptoms for hookworm and the background information for Daisy and Raymond and try to figure out how they got hookworm. Okay, let's say which group.
All right. One group raised their hand to see if they cracked the case. All right. Girl with the blue shirts group.
Ask the question.
What was the thing?
How do you think?
How do you think Raymond and Daisy got it?
They like running around with shoes on.
That's right.
Good job.
You guys are really good detectives. All right. So we're going to see how this is possible. How do you get hookworm from running around without your shoes on? Okay, now sing.
All right. How is this possible? You might ask yourself. Well, back then, people were running without shoes, so there was no such thing as Nike, no such thing as Adidas, no things like that. All right. And you know how they had to poop? They had to go use the bathroom.
In outhouses.
They had to go to these little shacks. How they're called outhouses, and that's where they pooped. There was no flushing thing or no toilet paper. There was none of that, people. You just had to poop and you ran outside the house.
So, the outhouses were not built properly, and that's how the poop got into the soil. And that's the same soil the kids would run around in without any shoes. And I bet you can guess what lived in the poop soil. That's right, hookworms. Here's a diagram of how the hookworm goes through your body. So I need 5 detectives to help me read. So who can read the first one? Raise your hand. Okay, with the white sweater, can you read the first step? That's right. The hookworm baby enters between your toes. Can someone else read the second step? Yes, you in the front. Yes.
Larva travels up the bush.
Ooh, I wonder where it's going to go next. Okay, who wants to read the third one? You. With the striped shirt. So you do the next. I know, I wonder where it's going to go.
All right. Raise your hand if you want to read the fourth step. All right. Go with the black shirt in the front. It sounds really gross, don't it? Because they got to cough it and then they got to swallow it. It's like, what the heck? What the heck, bruh? All right. Next person read. Person with the red shirt over there. Out the camera scene.
This one.
All right. So it's gonna live in there. It's really weird. You know. It's like maybe
A vampire.
a vampire is sucking up your blood because they eat your blood in their digestive system. So you won't get really tired and all that. It's like someone living in your house that you don't know.
Exactly. So someone is living inside of your body and sucking all your blood like a vampire. But do you know how they exit your body? You poop it out. So hopefully in the toilet, but back in those days, they didn't have toilets. So when you pooped out the hookworm, it would end up in the soil on the ground. Isn't that gross?
And then some other kid would get it.
Right, so then when the hookworm ended up in the ground, another kid without shoes on would run around and the hookworm would go right in between their toes. That's why shoes are really important.
I think we need one more clue, Eden, so you might want to wait a little. I want each detective group to look back at the symptoms. And my senses tells me that the answer is under our noses. Alright? Which of their symptoms might affect how people are treating them? Like the Northerners, people from New York, Maine, Illinois, Michigan.
Alright, so go back in your groups and look at the symptoms and try to see which of those might affect how the Northerners are treating Raymond and Daisy. You have 30 seconds.
Alright, I think we're ready.
Okay, are you ready? Alright, so now say.
Alright, who thinks they cracked the case?
Razor.
Alright, person back there behind the shelf. That shelf over there.
Yes. So why do you think? Now ask some questions.
Why do you think they're treating them bad? The people from the north, why do you think they're treating them bad?
They're lazy because
They're sleepy, that's right, in the black shirt. Good job. That's really good. All right, so their tired behavior really affected how the Northerners were treating them. And this happened a lot in the South. Many people had hookworm because their outhouses were not built properly and they weren't sanitary. This even affects how Northerners treat Southerners today. You guys are really awesome detectives. Okay, do you guys want to play a game?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to play a video, and you have to pay really, really close attention because you're going to have some questions, and you get a prize if you answer it right.
The prize is secret, so you might want to do good. You might get something like Xbox One, some candy.
All right,
sure.
So we're going to play the video now.
I paid 133.
Could a parasitic illness be the reason an entire population was thought of as lazy? That may, in part, be what rampant hookworm infections did to the rural poor in the American South for over a century. I'm Anna Rothschild, and this is Gross Science. Human hookworms are nematodes that live in warm, moist climates throughout most of the world. You get them by coming in contact with contaminated soil, say by running around barefoot. That's when tiny hookworm larvae, under a millimeter long, can wriggle into your skin. This isn't painful, but it might cause a little itchiness at the point of entry called ground itch. Meanwhile, the larvae begin a grand tour of your body. They enter your bloodstream and pass through your heart en route to your lungs. Then they migrate up your windpipe into your throat, and you swallow them, at which point they make the long journey down your digestive tract. Finally, they end up in your small intestines, where the larvae mature, mate, and bite into the lining of your gut to drink your blood.
Do you feel it?
Now we're going to go to the first question. Who thinks they can answer it right?
Alright, so the
I'm doing the first one. Sorry. All right, so it's what climate do hookworms live in? If you think it's A, put your hand on your head. If you think it's B, put your hand on your ear. If you think it's C, warm and moist, put your hand on your nose. And if you think it's D, tropical, put your hand on your chest. All right, if your hand on your nose, then you're right. Your teacher will come around and give you a piece of candy if you're touching your nose.
keep them held, people.
Don't move. All right.
They look like a coop patrol.
All right, you want to do the next one?
Alright. So, here's the second question. You know, your second chance to get more candy. Alright. If you think it's A, hand on your head. B, hand on your ear. C, hand on your nose. And D, hand on your chest. The question is, where do hookworms typically enter the body? So, where do they go? Like to first go in.
So if you think it's A, hand on your head, B, hand on your ear, C, hand on your nose, and D, hand on your chest. All right, are you ready for the answer? It's C. If your hand is on your nose, you get another piece of candy. Woo!
Cavities all around.
Okay. So, if you didn't get the answer right, it's okay, because we're going to play another section of the video. That way, you're going to have another chance to get more candy. Okay, you got to pay really close attention.
Often for years at a time. The females release thousands of eggs per day, which you poop out, starting the cycle again. People have been known to have hundreds of hookworms in their guts at a time, and the more worms you have, the worse your symptoms can be. A hookworm infection rarely kills you on its own, but it can cause anemia, protein deficiency, gastrointestinal problems, weight loss, and fatigue. Basically, it makes you weak and tired. And if you have a bad case of it as a child, the severe anemia can lead to stunted growth and stunted cognitive development. And that's where the stigma of the lazy, slow Southerner comes in. Now, I'm not sure how prevalent this prejudice is in America today. It wasn't something I ever heard growing up. But when you recognize that in the early 20th century, when this stigma was quite strong, up to 40% of people in certain parts of the region had hookworm, that stereotype, while deeply unjust, starts to make a bit of sense. It's no wonder that workers were weak and children had trouble in school. So why did so many Southerners have hookworm? Well, both the climate and the sandy soil of some parts of the South were ideal for the parasite's life cycle. But on top of that, it largely affected poor communities where kids may have run around without shoes, and effective sanitation and plumbing weren't common.
Okay, are you ready for the next question? All right, this question is, how long do hookworms often stay in your system? A few days, B, years, C, 1 month, or D, a couple weeks? Okay. 3 more seconds to make your choice. 3, 2, 1. The answer was B, for years. If you have your hand on your ear, then you get the prize.
Nobody.
No one got it right?
One got it right.
Oh, good job! So you, all right, you want to do the next one?
All right. Which one? Slide 17, slide
18.
All right. Next question. Which one is not a symptom of hookworm? So you learned all the symptoms from the video, so you most likely know the answer. A's on your head,
Weight loss.
B's on your ear, C's on your nose, and D's on your chest. All right.
All right, you have 3 seconds to make your choice. 3, 2, 1. Say the answer.
It's B, sore throat. You do not get sore throat when you have hookworm.
If your hand's on your ear, you got it right. Okay. So okay, guys, so this is the last section of the video. Pay close attention, and then there's going to be a bonus round.
It was one of a few diseases in the American South that thrived because of widespread poverty and likely also perpetuated that poverty. In the early 1900s, there was a huge campaign to eradicate the disease and educate people about the parasite. It's totally treatable with medications, but preventing reinfection requires some pretty fundamental lifestyle changes. It ended up taking decades to get it under control, but today, very few people in the US actually get hookworm. Many other places in the world, however, are not so lucky. Right now, according to the CDC, up to 740 million people are infected with hookworm. It's just one of many neglected diseases that sap people's vitality worldwide and may trap them in poverty. And if that's not gross, I don't know what is. Ew.
Okay, so you do both of these.
Alright, so we got a new question here. What percentage of Southerners had hookworms in the early 20th century?
You have to read D because I can't see.
Alright, A's on your head,
That's none.
B's on your ear, C's on your nose, and D's on your chest.
So A is none, B is 75%, C is 100%, and D is 40%. I know you can't see it, but it's 40%. D is 40%. And your hand will be on your chest if you think it's D. All right, 3, 2, 1. You say it.
It's D, people.
So if your hand's on your chest, you got it right.
These people over there like, let me get some candy, let me get some candy.
All right, you want to do the next one?
Alright. You do the bonus.
Yeah, this is the next one, though.
Oh, alright. So we got another question. You know, we got a lot of questions here. So the question is, approximately how many people are infected with hookworm today? You know the drill, people. A's on your head, B's on your ear, C's on your nose, and D's on your chest.
All right, so is it 740 million, 320 million, 622 million, or 300 million? It's A. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
It's A.
Good job! Yeah, I didn't see the million. Oops. All right, so we're going to do the bonus. So you get to pick whoever's hand goes first.
Alright.
All right, guys, so now I think we're ready for the bonus. Okay, I'm going to explain to you how this works. So for the bonus, there are going to be 2 really hard questions. And whoever's hand goes up first, they get to answer it. You have to get both questions right, and you get 3 pieces of candy. Okay, so I'm going to count down, and we'll see whose hand goes up first. So you'll see.
Right.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh,
I
dang.
think the black shirt.
Alright, black shirt, go ahead. Answer.
So these are the 2 bonus questions. So with the black shirt, your hand went up first. All right, I'll read it out to you. The first question is, what is the name of the lady speaking in the video?
Oh, that's about to be water drop.
All right, do you know what it is?
I'm gonna go with A.
All right, and then for the next question, let's see if you get it right, is how big are hookworm larvae? All right, you were so close, but you didn't get number 1 right. So now we're going to give someone else a chance to answer both questions right.
Alright, girl with the blue shirt and the headband.
The
striped shirt with the
That's you, yeah, with the striped shirt.
I don't know my colors. I don't know my colors. I'm sorry, people. I don't know my colors. I'm colorblind. Sorry.
All right. What do you think the first question is? The answer.
I would say D.
D, okay. What about the second one?
D.
Oh my gosh, you got it right. Good job. 3 whole pieces of candy.
How did you get that right? Good job,
I think you scared them. Okay, now get in the chair. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you a few more questions. I want someone to raise their hand and tell me one thing they learned about hookworms today. With the red shirt.
I learned that hookworms are the nastiest thing in the whole wide world.
That is true. Okay, I'll pick someone else.
Alright, someone else, go ahead. Girl with the blue shirt in the front.
That hookworms go through your toes.
That is true.
It's really gross though, right? It's really gross.
Okay, 2 more people with the white shirt in the corner.
White sweater.
White sweater, sorry.
White sweater. Yeah, they used to do
True.
this. Like,
All right, one more person. You pick one.
alright, guy with the blue striped shirt in the back.
I learned that they come in through between your toes.
That's right.
Yes, right, bro.
They also come out your butt.
Yeah, they come out your butt.
That is also true.
You're tushy!
All right. So, do we have, David, do we have extra time?
Yes.
All right. So now we're done with our lesson, but you can ask us questions. I'm in high school, and Francis is in middle school. I know you guys are only in 5th grade, but I bet it seems like a scary time that's like way ahead in the future. So if you have any questions for us, you can go ahead.
Alright, go ahead. Person in the front.
Do you know somebody named Leo?
What's her last name?
Kaiser Potter?
I don't think so. It sounds familiar though. Do you know someone named?
Oh, no, I don't know.
No.
Alright.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think of being taught by high schoolers through the camera?
I'm a middle schooler.
Oh.
I'm in.
I'm talking very silly. It's awesome.
It's awesome?
Talking very silly.
Oh, yes. We would love to come to your school, but we have to go back to our school.
I might go visit one
do
day.
work. But yes.
Don't you wish that you got the candy that we did?
Yeah, I kind of do wish, man.
Yeah, I wish we had candy.
I got vitamin water.
All right, who can tell me something that they liked about the presentation and also something that they didn't like?
Alright, guy with the black shirt over there.
Yeah.
Around the guy with the green sweater, green sweater vest.
With the black shirt?
Yeah, that dude.
I was stretching.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does anyone else want to answer? Okay. Well, we had a lot of fun with you guys. Next time we'll try our best to come in person. But I hope you learned a lot about Hookworm and you had a lot of fun. Bye!
Bye, people.
You're welcome.